He was a child dancing to the tunes of fame before he even learned how to walk. Michael Jackson, a voice that changed the history of music, a star who crossed all barriers, broke all rules, and forged his own glory step by step, leap by leap, until he reached the top. But the top doesn't always mean light. Behind the curtain there were shadows, shadows of pain, doubt, and loneliness, shadows of endless lawsuits and media attacks, from allegations in 1993 to a trial that shook the world in 2005, to documentaries that reignited controversy even after his death. This film isn't looking for a saint or a sinner, it's looking for a human being. We tell his story with open eyes, a sober mind, and a heart trying to understand. Based on official documents and investigations, various testimonies, and reports from the FBI, NPR, and others, we present it all, without omissions, without distortion. From a childhood dream to the curse of fame, from trying to be Peter Pan to a world that never showed him mercy. This is not just the story of Michael Jackson. This is not just the story of Michael Jackson, but the story of genius when it hits walls, and the story of the heart when it yearns for love, in a world that knows nothing but judgment. In the city of Gary, a child named Michael Jackson was born. Little did he know that his name would one day shake the world. He started singing before he could write. He would stand on stage, dancing and dazzle audiences, while children his age ran in parks and discovered the world around them. He said it clearly, "I never had the chance to be a child. Glory was precious, but it wasn't free." Under the tutelage of a strict father, a belt was the means of education, and fear was the companion of childhood. Michael said in his memoirs that his father would beat them with a cane if they made a mistake, even a small one. Maybe that's why he founded Neverland. It wasn't just an amusement park, but a desperate attempt to recapture something he'd never known: childhood. In his heart, Michael saw himself as Peter Pan, the child who refused to grow up. But the world didn't see it that way. The dream turned into mystery, and the childhood escape into a subject of doubt and ridicule. Rumors about his complexion, doubts about his paternity, constant whispers about his intentions. Amidst all this, Michael remained at the center of an unrelenting storm. Some see him as a victim, others as a suspicious mystery. Michael's psychoanalysis reveals something deeper than his issues. It is a struggle of identity, a struggle of escape, and a struggle for his image before the world. Whatever the truth, the scars of psychological wounds and the cruelty of childhood have never left him. Neverland, the dream Michael built with his own hands. It was his kingdom, his sanctuary, his magical garden. But in the summer of 1993, the first bomb exploded. The Los Angeles Police Department launched a thorough investigation.
I wish to convey my deepest gratitude for your love and support. I am doing well and I am strong. As you may already know, after my tour ended, I remain out of the country undergoing treatment for a dependency on pain medication. This medication was initially prescribed to see the excruciating pain that I was suffering after recent reconstructive surgery on my scalp. There have been many disgusting statements made recently concerning allegations of improper conduct on my part. These statements about me are totally false. As I have maintained from the very beginning, I am hoping for a speedy end to this horrifying.
Searching, Neverland, interrogations. But after months of investigation, they found no evidence of any crime. Nevertheless, the child's family filed a civil suit and a settlement was reached, $20 million. The court did not bring any charges. The prosecutor refused to testify, but Michael's reputation was never cleared. 10 years later, the storm returned. A documentary film shows Michael sitting on a bed next to a young child. But the world didn't see her innocent. Prosecutors opened a new criminal investigation. In 2005, the biggest trial began.
I would like to thank the fans around the world for your love and your support from every corner of the earth. My family has been very...
Star testimonies, a decisive defense. The mother accuses, the son testifies. And Michael is in the dock before the entire world. But the jury had its say, acquittal. The NPR report later wrote, the real lapse of trust was in a mother who let her son sleep next to a strange man. Not in the evidence, but in the moral preconceptions. He emerged from court acquitted, but not unscathed. After his death, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who had previously defended him under oath, now filed civil lawsuits against him. The state dismissed the lawsuits, but the noise didn't die down. And so, Neverland transformed from a land of dreams to a land that never sleeps with doubt. Some thought his death would close a chapter in the controversy, but 10 years later, Neverland would reopen, not as a paradise, but as a theatre for accusation. In 2019, HBO aired a documentary titled Leaving Neverland. Two adult men, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, claimed they were sexually abused by Jackson as children. The surprise, both had previously testified for Jackson in previous trials. The documentary hit like a thunderbolt, media chatter, public shock, and a global assault on the pop star's legacy. But the response wasn't long in coming. The Jackson family responded with a counterfilm, Neverland Firsthand, a direct accusation of defamation against HBO, and an attempt to reclaim a narrative stolen by a single voice. It didn't stop with the movies. A lawsuit was filed against HBO based on a previous contract that prohibited defamation of Michael. Even after his death, fans entered the arena. Protests took place outside the documentary screening. The organizers had to call in police dogs. The question isn't just about Michael, it's about all of us. Do we believe painful memories, even if they come late? Do we deny them because they haven't been legally proven? Does the dead have the right to defend themselves? Making a film about this story is not an artistic journey. It's a tightrope walk. The law. Defamation of the dead is a crime in France. Victims, if they speak out, they must be protected psychologically and legally. Property. Michael's image, his name, his voice, property that could cost millions. The story isn't black and white, it's full of ashes. From the beginning, Michael Jackson was a subject of admiration and amazement, but little by little, he transformed from a super talented boy into a constant object of consumption. He wasn't an ordinary star, he was a phenomenon, but the media doesn't let phenomena pass unnoticed. Every time he tried to explain, the press laughed. Michael's physical transformation was more a subject of ridicule than a call to understand the pain. And it wasn't just the press, even the law began to hound him as if he had been born guilty. Even with innocence, the image wasn't erased. Even with acquittal, the stain didn't stop. How does a person recover from becoming a constant object of suspicion? The skin changed. The voice changed. The dance steps were no longer confident. In his later years, only the loyal audience remained, but even they could only hear the echo of his shadow. That's the picture torn. Some of it is myth, some of it is a monster, and some of it is a lost child. So who's responsible? Is it the media that created the monster? Or are we the ones who consumed the myth until it dried up? In the end, maybe he just wanted to be treated like a child who was never understood.
Of the night.